the 56th floor of the gargantuan and supremely ridiculous Lebua Tower, which is a pleasure just for its own sake. We have distinguished company. We're next door. I haven't seen the movie. Those of you who have will tell me what it's all about, possibly. Hugely wide corridors. I've seen through the doors on the left. There's a storeroom the size of a Tesco in there, anyhow. It's probable that these were built as apartments, but part have been turned into a hotel. We walk into, this looks like a hotel corridor in itself, but this is the first part. This is a living room without windows and fairly random furniture. I rather wish I had some spare space like this at home, but that's another story. Which I can't really imagine anyone ever using. Then, peculiarly in the middle, we've got a kitchen with a great big Samsung fridge. There are lots of things if you want to be self-catering-ish. And there is a bathroom which is generous in size. Certain amount of marble, a lot of cheapish-looking ceramics. It seems, I've seen this in other Thai hotels, complicated linen or beautifully engraved linen. I'm not quite sure what that represents over the privy there. But it's big, and it's spacious, and it's amenity laden. Oh, and you get all these drinks free. Even the Coca-Cola cans are bigger and taller than normal, just like the hotel itself. Wardrobes, chief joy. The reason you'd stay here. Isn't the bedroom, which is white and plain. You get the feeling that they were desperately short on budget and they spent it where they felt that they needed to. The Japanese architect in a neo-Roman style did this building. It's quite peculiar for its time. It was a time of great capitalism and prosperity. And so it was done ironically. I suppose Thailand was going to be the capital of the East, so they were looking to Rome. But you step out onto a decent-sized balcony with a stunning view. Of Bangkok, you can probably hear the general roar of traffic and air conditioning everywhere. You might be able to hear water. Water is from the Sky Bridge of the Club Lounge. On the floor below, where we have just been amply entertained by the lovely girls who look after us there. River with all its boats. Great transportation everywhere, and finally on axis, huge it is, almost imperceptible, is the great 19th century railway station with its tracks leading off the suburbs of Bangkok and then beyond and down to the south. Unusually, the club lounge here ceases to be a club lounge and becomes a public place at 6 o'clock. But walking onto the floor, which is an evening venue, is extraordinary. It starts with a hallucinogenic, psychedelic carpet. The place is called Breeze, and it's fantastic. It insists on very smart clothes, and when you see the very elegant staff, you'll understand why that's the case. But I love this lobby, and the other thing that I love, and for anyone who's watching who might be offended by a gentleman's lavatory, I apologise for that. Sculptural wall. I've got to take you in here because this is fantastic. Again, I don't particularly want to show anyone 56 pictures of myself, or how many it is, but remember nightclubs from the 1970s, and there you go. Wow, look at this, look at this. And if I go to stand right in the middle of that floor square there, you see, I have I got that right there? There you get a lot of a fat white bald man. It's a bit like facing a whole army of yourself. It's almost, there we go. It is almost your worst night. If you were to be extremely drunk, I think your worst nightmare would be to meet about 56 of yourself in the wrong sort of bar at the wrong sort of time. So there we have the extraordinary, multifaceted, multi-mirrored lavatory. We're going to walk through to the main room now, where they've been looking after us. The modern movement, or the recent love of minimalism, has taken a great deal of fun out of architecture, but here we are in Bangkok and things are different here. Little hole through here to the bar. Now, inevitably, on the Sky Bridge. Almost inevitably, there's a couple doing selfies. Okay. We're getting ready for the evening, as you can tell. This must have been filmed thousands of times, but it's still pretty damn good. The sun has changed again. The water's pouring under the bridge. And the psychedelic carpet in the evening sunshine . 6 floors below us, with elegant Bangkokians, if that is the word, are gathering for dinner on a terrace we'll come back to later, which is glistening, not through rain, just through mountains. Across the river, tomorrow's destination, but I can pick out on its frontage the flares still glistening. Either comforting guests or welcoming diners. I think comforting guests. The river is, at this time of the evening, normally relatively busy. At the moment, all I can find, if I can find him, is a solitary longtail, thrusting through the water with ridiculous horsepower, as they do.
son has probably also realised that happy hour is over and is giving up her efforts. It is casting the sky into the most exquisite sunset. And the light shed across Bangkok softens even the harshest of the modern buildings into a glow. This time of night, there's chalky white uniformness dictated by the sun. We mistakenly attribute those qualities to Paris, the city of the 19th century. I wonder if this would be the city of the 21st century, with all its humanity, all its joy, all its decadence, all its leisure. It's not a practical city. It's a city that's built on so much more than that. And of course, on the side, you can't help but be arrested by the fantastically whimsical Holiday Inn on Ceylon. Not this, but it forms a composition with it. Silly tower going up there. The Holiday Inn conceived of two buildings, one with spiky windows and one with roundy windows. Fantastic, abstract, totally abstract composition. And the two of them together are masterful in both. The sun is coming out on them because it must like them too. And then masterful in their sense of fun. But taken in context, with the spiky dreary building behind, and the pseudo-Islamic building in front. They become a delicious composition. The sun has come out from behind its cloud. The city is golden and shimmering, more lovely than I've ever seen it look. There beyond our ponderous and preposterous Roman balconies comes the setting near equatorial sun. the worst of the course tracing movement. Mere 10 minutes later, the sun slips its hold on this extraordinary city in a way which only Turner could possibly have recorded. And it says goodbye. Reluctant as the sun is to say goodbye. There are a few little stashes of cloud, including two preponderous ones over the preposterous Beo guitar. There's a preposterous Beo guitar. Its infinite ugliness, and there's a view to the sun and two slightly comical clouds. Let's call them my scoops. And in the night, the arteries of the city. There are the great photographs of the Champs-Élysées, but there is also the expressways, as they call them, of Bangkok, as I understand from my current book that I'm reading, as there are 9 panoramas, or 9 panoramas. There are 9 expressways, and here is one of them. Can you find it? Yes, we can. Strangely, the expressways weave themselves between the buildings being late. There was 30s planning as well. There was a great deal of planning. This is Diamond Merchant Street. I have no idea what it's called. Straight as a rod, to a certain extent. And it is, of course, my post-club lounge happy hour for several hours imagination that fancies me to think that there is a great salmon-coloured angel of beneficence hovering over the centre of the city. It does look like it. Ah, there is a swift with my camera. It's a well-recorded phenomenon that light changes by the second. And up on the high floor of the building next to the river of this extraordinary city, you sit more than you could ever imagine.